stuff.
Thank you for checking out Westside Elementary with us.
What I love about Westside the most is
Westside Elementary ensures high levels of learning for all students. Feathers up!
Hey, who's talking first? I'll go ahead and get up there.
Welcome to Westside Elementary.
Home of the Braves.
All right. Well, good morning. I want to welcome our Westside family that's watching this from home. If you're streaming, thank you guys for tuning in as we celebrate our 5th grade students and recognize them for completion of the CHAMPS program that our Catoosa County Sheriff's Department puts on. So I'm very proud of this group, and anytime I have an opportunity to just kind of say hey or congratulate them, it's a privilege of mine. Before we get started, before I bring Officer Jones up here, I want you guys to help us out. We're going to do this a lot as we get towards the end of the year. You guys are transitioning from 5th to 6th grade. Probably 7 weeks of being an elementary school student. You guys are going to be middle school students very soon. So it makes me happy to hear this because you've been saying it longer than most kids. I want to hear our mission statement. So if you can say it with me as we continue, I'll count it off. 1, 2, 3. Westside Elementary ensures high levels of learning for all students. I am smiling. I don't know if you guys can tell with the mask on, but that makes me happy to hear that. Anyways, I'm very proud of you guys, and you're going to hear that a lot today, but we're going to go ahead and get things started. I want to go ahead and welcome Officer Jones up here. He is our resource officer here at Westside Elementary. We are very lucky to have him and very appreciative of him and the moment he took to kind of educate our students on CHAMPS and what CHAMPS is and their participation in that. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Officer Jones.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know it's early, really. Good morning. So, 11 weeks with y'all, huh? Got tired of it? Y'all ready to be done? Okay. Anyways, I'm Deputy Jones. I work for the Catoosa County Sheriff's Office, those of you may not know home. I am School Resource Officer here, as already stated, and I have the privilege of teaching CHAMPS, which means choosing health activities and promoting and methods in promoting safety. Basically, for those at home, at our age we had DARE. This is basically what will replace DARE for the Sheriff's Office. So, 11 weeks with y'all hoopers. Some good and some bad, right? Yeah, how many times you had recess taken away? A bunch of times, right? Yeah. How many times y'all enjoyed the classes? Did I make it interesting? Yeah. So, at least I tried the best of my abilities, right? So we talked about smoking and drinking, marijuana, things like that. We talked about internet safety, which is one of my personal favorites. I love internet safety because nowadays and age is what exactly everything is. It's internet. That's all it is. That's all y'all do. Social media, cell phones, Snapchat, all this other crazy stuff that I don't really y'all should be on right now, but y'all are. Let's face it. Again, how many of y'all have some Facebook accounts? I'm not supposed to have one. Yeah, almost half of y'all. But anyways, we'll continue. So we talked about bullying too. Yeah, we'll talk about bullying. So we're going to talk about choice and consequences again. Very first lesson we had. It's a lesson near and dear to my heart. As you know, I teach choices and consequences is the very first lesson. Because to me, that is the basics of all CHAMPS. Everybody's going to have to be developing choices. Everybody's going to have consequences. We learned that there are negative consequences as always. The consequences is associated with negativity, right? But we also know that there's positive consequences. Y'all are growing up. I see y'all, and I've been with y'all for the past 3 years. Much as I hate to say it, I'm going to hate to see you go, but also going to love to see you go too, because now I know you're growing up. You're moving on to the better side. You're leaving Westside and going to middle school there. It's scary, I know. I remember my first time, especially in high school. Same concept. You're the top dog here in elementary school. But then you end up being bottom of the food chain in middle school and high school. It's a scary feeling. Middle school's not all that hard. It's not scary. I know some of y'all have already talked to some people over there, right? And you're saying it's scary. Y'all shaking your heads, yeah. You You got an officer over, Officer Edwards, awesome guy. He'll take care of you. Some of y'all told me he's scary too. It's okay. I might come up there and put him in check every once in a while. But choices and consequences. Everyone else will be faced with choices later on in life, even now. I tell everybody, and I've told you this time and time again, this time at your life, you're at a very pivotal point. Any choice you make now can and or will have an effect on the rest of your life. At this point, you're actually at the age of responsibility to where you make a bad choice now, it could impact you for the rest of your life. There are simple choices that we make on a daily basis. And sometimes we forget to brush our teeth in the morning. Is that a big fundamental choice that we forget? Not necessarily. If you do it constantly, yes. Some choices now, some people will be, interacting with other people where you'll be faced with temptations of drinking alcohol at an early age, underage, smoking cigarettes, smoking marijuana. Temptations will be out there. Always will be. But you have to make the choice to say no. Also, when you make that choice to say no and or yes, depending on what choice it may be, you must be big enough and adult enough to actually take the consequence that happens. I've taught you that we all know that choices and consequences all reflect on you. You're the one who makes that choice, nobody else. So there's no blame game here. There's nothing to say, hey, well, so-and-so made me do it. They didn't make you do it. You chose to do it. And by choosing to do that something, whatever it was, you got to face that consequence, whether it's good or bad. I pray that I'll see y'all later. To be honest with you, that's my prayer. I don't want to see y'all later because usually by that time, if I see y'all later, it's usually in a bad way. Unless I come to school and say, hey, what's up? Usually me seeing y'all later ends up in a bad way. I don't want that. Each and every one of you have potential. You have big potential. I see it. You may not see it yet, but I see it. Each and every one of y'all is special. And I hate to say it, but each one of y'all are here in my heart. Y'all are like my kids. I've watched y'all grow up for the past 3 years. Some of y'all became great individuals. Some of y'all, not so much. But it's okay. You're still growing. You're still growing. So, that being said, make smart choices and smart consequences. Good choices will lead to good consequences, like I said. Bad choices will lead to bad. Last thing I want to say before I step off is talk about mental health. That's one thing dear to me too. I know y'all deal with a lot of stuff. I know that you're stressed out. I get it. And one of my lovely sayings I like to say is, it's okay to not be okay. But it's just not okay to stay that way. Don't be prideful. Don't be somebody that thinks I can handle it all. We're human. We're made to help each other. That's what I believe. We're put here on earth to help each other out. If you have any issues with something, or feeling depressed or anything like that, don't be afraid to come talk to somebody. You can talk to anybody up here on this stage. You can talk to the teachers back here. If you need me or anything else, you can talk to me. You can find some way to get in contact with me, and I'll be glad to come to middle school and talk with you. Any deputy you see, we're here to help. Anybody here is here to help you out. We're not here to make you fail. But remember when we talked about suicide rates and things like that, bullying and stuff like that. I don't want y'all to be a statistic. Y'all are my kids, and I would be brokenhearted if I see something happen because you felt like you didn't need to go get help. We all come from broken places. We're all broken. That's just how we are. But come and ask for help. So, in the middle of the bad days that you have, remember this. Life's going to get better. You may be in a storm right now, but there's a calm at the end of it. So always look for that light at the end of the tunnel. Keep pushing forward when you don't think you can. When somebody says you can't do something, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. That's the biggest accomplishment, biggest thing, biggest rewarding feeling And if somebody says that you can't do something, you do your best to prove them wrong. For one, it shows them that you can, it makes you feel good, and it shows them that not all things are impossible. Just like the word itself, impossible, means it just says I'm possible. That's it. You can do it as long as you put your mind to it. So keep pushing forward. Understand? Yeah. All right. That's all I got.
Students at this time, Deputy Sisk, Mrs. Welburn, Mr. Mountjoy, and Officer Jones will come and stand here. As we call your name, please come and accept, give them a fist bump or an elbow bump, and then Ms. Welburn, if you will pass them their certificate, that would be amazing. First row, please stand. Hayden. Julian. Gunner. Lucas. Alex. Kaylee. Madeline. AJ. Mackenzie. Harvey. Jalen. Hennessy. Bradley. Daniel. Sarah. Carrie. Landon. Shamar. Noah. And honorable mention Matthew. Give your friends in this call members class a hand. All right, Nihad. Bryson. Caden. Michelle. Landon. Brooklyn. Elizabeth. Royal. Camilla. LJ. Matthew. Katana. Tony. Brooklyn. Honorable mention would be Annabelle and Will. Shane, as you make your way, will you please go all the way down and around, please, okay? All right, Miss Jo's class, she is very sad that she's not here today, but she sends her congratulations, and she is very proud of you. Shane, Matthew, Angel, Georgia, Ashley, Ethan, honorable mention, Adrian, Bella, Andrew, Logan, Isaiah, Jude, Cheney, Aiden, Dash, Tay, and Holly. So for our parents, we need to explain that we had a contest, correct? To talk about prevention of some of the things that Officer Jones has talked to us about. And you had a project and you took most of it home. You did some of it here, but you took most of it home. And so I was explaining to the children that each teacher chose the top 5 posters and the top 5 essays, and we sent them out to someone who was not biased to choose the winners. And so at this time, we would like to present a plaque to our winners of the poster contest. The first winner is AJ from Miss Culpepper's. From Miss Jo's class, Aiden. Also from Miss Culpepper's class, Hennessy. The essay winners for Miss Jo's class, Dash. From Miss Victor's class, Camilla. Also from Miss Victor's class, Royal. Essay winners. Is there anyone willing to read their essay? Royal, would you like to read yours?
Dash, we'd like to see you at the stage to read your essay, please. Thank you so much.
Okay, Royal, come on up.
Then Royal, please start. Good job, Royal.
Camilla, would you like to read? Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Who's going first? Oh. You get to choose. Do you want to go first or do you want him to go first? You can go first.
Do you know what a drug really is? A drug is anything besides food or water that can affect your mind and body. I guess this does mean that it can affect you badly. It can, on the other hand, help you in a big way. The following text will discuss the good effect and good drugs, drug abuse, or bad drugs, and how to mildly use drugs. What are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. There are good and bad drugs, but let's start with the good drugs. First, over 6.1 million people in the U.S. alone suffer from ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and there are tons of drugs for it to help those individuals stay focused and calm. One of those ADHD drugs is called Concerta. Diclofenac is another drug that can help with pain and is supposed to relieve it. Third, about 10.9% of Americans suffer from depression. One good drug to help that is Prozac. One thing to always remember is that if you are not prescribed these meds by a doctor, you should not take them if prescribed. Make sure to take the prescribed amount and not share with others. Next, good drugs are not the only drugs. Taking some drugs or even having them on your person is illegal. Cocaine is also known as coke, can cause extreme sensitive touch, sound, and sight. Coke is illegal in every state of the U.S., and the time Coke was hot was in the 80s, known as the crack 80s. Jack Daniels is a liquid bad drug, alcohol. When you drink alcohol, it enters the bloodstream through your stomach and small intestine. From there, it travels to the brain, and because it is a depressant, it slows down the functions of your body. With all of that happening, you could do something you may have no control of and may not remember. Third, vape and vapes like devices hit the market in 2003. It was told that vapes or vape pens were a lot healthier than cigarettes. In fact, they could be unhealthier than cigarettes because you can inhale toxic metals into your lungs such as nickel. Almost all kids in this room know the famous rapper Juice WRLD dying of overdose on painkillers. But what about other artists? Elvis Presley, also known as the King of Rock, he actually died on the toilet due to an overdose of drugs in 1977. Michael Jackson is another artist who died of overdose. He overdosed in 2009. Jake Bennett also died of an accidental overdose on painkillers in 2009. In summary, drugs can be good and bad. There are some good drugs that you must take in proper moderation. There are some bad drugs that are legal and can get you into jail. Thank you for listening.
Drug abuse prevention by Royal Robertson. There have been hundreds of thousands of drug abusers. I've seen them before, and most likely you have too. We all know that drugs are getting out of hand. Today we're going to talk about the different types of drugs, what drugs can do to you, and ways to stop abusing drugs. First off is the different types of drugs. The first one is heroin. It is a highly addictive and deadly substance. It is made from morphine and you inject yourself with it. Next is marijuana or weed. It is a dry flower of a cannabis plant. Last is cocaine, and it is made from cocoa leaves. Continuing forward is what it does to you. Different types of drugs make you do different things. Lots of them make you not be you. They can also cause heart attacks or even death. You can become extremely skinny and you will most likely have lots of health problems unless a miracle happens. This is a story from one of my dad's friends. Rick Fulton was a straight-A student in high school. He had a 4.0 GPA and he was class valedictorian and was voted most likely to become president. Completely drug and alcohol free. When he took his first drink of alcohol at 18 years old, he started to be around people that used drugs heavily and drank alcohol. He also kept going to parties with drugs and alcohol. He quickly spiraled into using marijuana and prescription pills. Then he got into theft and burglary. His path continued and eventually led to using cocaine and heroin. He hit rock bottom by overdosing and almost died. At that point is when he found God in our recovery program. God showed him what hell was like, and through his near-death experience, that changed his life. He knew he had to change it because what he saw was horrific. He now has his life back and is doing good things such as being a recovery case manager at the Sisk Recovery, a fitness and nutrition specialist at the National Academy of Sports Medicine, and is also a motivational speaker. Finally, is how you can stop an alternative to stop. You can learn the consequences, avoid people who use drugs, and if it goes too far, go to rehab. Also, yoga and stressing can help relieve stress Another alternative is enjoying a beautiful view and also spend time with pets. In conclusion, hopefully you can now see why drug abuse prevention is a big deal. There are lots of users of all different types, so if you have a friend that uses drugs, use some of the tips I've given you to make things work.
All right. Hey, at this time, this will conclude our champs, ceremony. Again, I want to take a moment to thank Officer Jones for taking the time to work with you guys and prepare you for just life. These are things that you're going to take now as you go through middle school, high school, and then adulthood. And you can use these lessons and what you've learned fifth grade and carry you all the way through adulthood. So I'm very proud of that. And I'm very proud of you guys and your work towards champs. So thank you guys so much. But go ahead, let's give Officer Jones a I would also like to take a moment to thank your teachers. I'd like to thank Miss Jo, who's not here, Miss Victor, and Miss Culpepper. But I also want to thank Mr. Bomar, that you guys can't see on camera now, and Coach Knapp, that's actually here too, for you guys making this. You guys have done such a wonderful job in getting this together and providing an opportunity to allow our parents at home and grandparents, aunts, uncles, everyone to watch this and to be able to celebrate our students all at the same time. So I want to thank you guys for just doing such a wonderful job, and thank you guys and students. If you wouldn't mind just giving them a hand right now. So I wanted to end with our mission statement. You guys help me, but let's you guys, we're Braves. You're going to be you're warriors. You're getting closer to warriors and lady warriors. So let's go ahead, feathers up, get it up. Let's go with our mission statement. Say it with me, please. West Side Elementary ensures high levels of learning for all students. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Great job.
Welcome to Westside Elementary,
home of the Braves.
Westside Elementary was first established in 1914 and is now